Hello everyone and welcome back to another bullet journal video. Of course we are doing August because that is the next month in the lineup. So just a brief disclaimer here, a fair warning. I have got my baby joining me in editing today, so if you hear some noises and things, that's probably him, so we'll see how it goes. I've also got my extremely loud AC on, which you might be able to hear in the background, so this is just gonna be all sorts of fun. Anyway, jumping right into it, this month is going to be Ravenclaw. I'm continuing with doing all four houses. Last month was Hufflepuff, month before that Gryffindor. This month is dedicated to the Ravenclaws, which is my secondary house. If I were to have been not sorted into Gryffindor, I would have gone into Ravenclaw, so says multiple tests. Anyway, so you're going to be seeing a lot of Ravenclaw themed things and Ravenclaw colors. I also decided to do the colors from the book, which are blue and bronze, instead of from the movie, which are blue and silver. I wanted to stay as true to the books as I could, so yeah, I went with the book colors. And of course, in the little banner on the front, because I'm doing the crest as the cover page, instead of Ravenclaw, I put the name of the month, which is August, before I continued filling in with all the little details and coloring it in. I've really loved these past few months doing the houses because I've basically created just little coloring pages of my own, which is what I've been basically doing this entire year and like all the times I've been doing bullet journaling. However, this just feels more like a coloring book page and I just really love it. I don't know. And I know I've said this about like pretty much every spread I've ever made, but I genuinely think that the Ravenclaw month has ended up being one of my favorite months that I've done so far. I was really pleased with how everything in it turned out, and that was my baby. And that was him also. Anyway, I was just really pleased with how everything in this month turned out. Also, I didn't have like an actual bronze color, so I got the closest I could, which this little marker was the closest I could get, and it's titled Copper Penny, and I figured that'll work for bronze. So I used that a lot throughout the month. And yeah, I'm just filling in the border as close to the crest as I can get it. And honestly, when I was done, I was very pleased with the overall effect. I thought it ended up looking pretty good, honestly. I'm just pleased with this whole month. I just am. Yeah, but to kind of accent the eagle a bit more, I did some of it in bronze and then the rest of it in a dark brown. And I also didn't draw out every single little feather. I just sort of accented a bit of the eagle in the bronze color and then filled the rest in with the brown, as I am doing also with the border. Next on this page is my sleep tracker page. This is probably the last month you guys are ever gonna see this spread because recently my husband got me a little Fitbit that he gets through work and he gave it to me, and I actually have found myself actively getting on and checking it every single day, and it tracks my sleep. One of the things that it tracks is my sleep if I wear it to bed. And I have found that since I have been doing that, at first I just copied what was written in the bullet journal from my Fitbit, and then I've been growing really lax and kind of lazy about writing it in now because my Fitbit does it all for me. And normally I'm a hard copy type person, not digital, but with my Fitbit it's just been different, so I probably won't be using the sleep tracker spread for more than this next month. So I don't know what I'm going to fill it in with yet, but I've got a few ideas. On the next page is, of course, my cleaning chart, which I live by. So it's a rather fairly new spread that I have been loving this year. And oh, by the way, my sleep tracker was inspiration, as well as the cleaning chart, from the Ravenclaw, the description of the Ravenclaw common room from Pottermore, which is a domed, high ceilinged room with a domed ceiling, and stars all over it, so that's where the sleep tracker comes in. And then it was filled with bookshelves, which is where my cleaning chart comes in. And each shelf is dedicated to daily cleanings, weekly cleanings, and monthly cleaning tasks that I wrote in on the spines of little books, which is what you see me doing here. So the first shelf is the daily cleaning, the second, the weekly, the third, the monthly, and as the month goes on, I will be filling in each book. And then, yeah, I just colored in the actual bookshelf itself and all of the extra little miscellaneous books on the shelf that weren't actually dedicated to being filled in throughout the month. And I also wanted to make sure all my little pen strokes were going the same way. And I'm pleased with the overall effect. Oh, and I added a little telescope at the top because I had some extra space that I wanted to fill with something other than just another book. And I was like, what would a Ravenclaw have? I don't really know, so I put a telescope. Yeah, and I also didn't want all of the books just to be like tan and brown, so I added a couple green in and a couple of blue, because books can be a various number of colors. I'm not sure how I like it, but the overall effect is nice, so I'm pleased. On the next page is my habit tracker spread. And for the habit trackers, I decided to do them in Ravenclaw style banners. This page ended up being a lot of blue because the Ravenclaw banners are just mainly dark blue and light blue. At least all of the banners that I found that I have drawn inspiration from are just all dark blue and light blue colors. So that's what I did, was dark blue and light blue. And so this page ended up being a lot of blue. But in each, well, not each, in separate squares, like sections of each banner, I put my little habits, and I will be filling in each number as the month goes on for the habit that I have done. And yeah, my habits really haven't changed that much. However, keeping up with them always fluctuates. Some months I find that I have filled pretty much everything in for every day, and then other months I'm like, wow, I really need to improve. But such is life, you know? Yeah, so I'm just filling in the little bits that are not being used to fill up the rest of the banner, like I said, with dark blue and light blue. And yeah, that completes the habit trackers. And then next is my mood tracker. I stuck with the same thing that I've been doing for the last couple of months, this kind of wheel effect. I've really just enjoyed it, and plus I thought it might be nice just to keep some things consistent for each house, and the mood tracker was one of the things I've decided to keep consistent. So I drew a big circle and put an R in it for Ravenclaw. I bordered the letter with the bronze and then filled it in with Ravenclaw blue. And yeah, that completes the mood tracker. Really simple, but I loved it and it's worked great. The next page is my trusty expense tracker that I have been using and loving and adoring, and that I just live by because, you know, adulting and stuff, you have to keep track of your money. Well, I suppose you don't have to, but it's probably smart to do so. Anyway, I like to, and it helps me know what's it coming in from, where is it going, etc., etc. So, and this has just been the best method for me. In the past, I've tested out a couple different style expense trackers. This is the one that I have ultimately fell on and have been loving ever since, and I haven't yet seen a need to change it, so I haven't. It's not broken, don't fix it, right? That's the motto, I think. And then, of course, it doesn't leave a lot of room for embellishment, so I just added the blue and bronze for little accent colors and moved on. this is another page that I have kept really consistent from month to month during the time that I have been working on the Hogwarts houses, and that is my video tracker and brain dump page. I did it first in Gryffindor, of course, and I loved it so much that I used it in Hufflepuff, and I still really love it, and so I thought I'm just gonna keep it consistent throughout all the months I've been doing the school houses, and I'm gonna do it for Ravenclaw too. So at the top I put a little border with the Ravenclaw colors and striped things from like the banner and the crest, and then around the edges I put like a parchment-esque type border around, and then I boxed off each section that I am going to be using for my video tracker and brain dump and etc. And I just really like it. It's really clean and nice, and I'm pleased. Yeah. And finally is what? Finally, this is my first week of the month, and I really was stumped a little bit on what I could do. There were only 4 days in the first week, and I wanted to dedicate the whole week to just 4 days. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do for this page, but then actually my husband actually gave me the idea of doing the scarf, just kind of weaving throughout the page, and wherever the scarf weaves would section off each of the days, and I loved it so much that that is what I did. So I'm just filling in each section that I want the scarf to be of the blue color first before I went in with the bronze. And I made this page really simple. Like I said, I just wove the scarf around the border of the pages and then through the center to kind of split it into 4 different sections. And when I was all done, I loved the end result. I genuinely did. I thought it turned out really nice, and I was very pleased with it. So I did all the blue first, then, like I said, I went in with the bronze. I added the little stringy bits on the end, which are always kind of fun to do. I don't know why. And yeah, that ended up being my first week. And here I am going in with the bronze bit. I also didn't do anything special for the title or the dates or the names of the day. I just wrote them in a very simple black pen, just all caps lettering to differentiate between my actual planning and the titles. But I didn't really want this page going too crazy, seeing as the scarf took up most of it, and I wanted that to be the main thing, so I didn't highlight the titles or anything. I just wrote them in like so. Yeah, now it's time for the final flip through. That's all that I got for you guys for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on this Ravenclaw theme, because like I said, it's one of my favorites so far. Subscribe if you're not. Hit that little bell notification to notify you whenever I upload. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!